Okay, so this is part 5 of the selecting the kayak. Um, so let's see, there's a little bit of background noise because my husband and Moses have woken up and they're making pancakes, but I hope you can still hear me. All right, so what the last step we were on was just doing a drop shadow for the kayak. And if you remember, there's that little effects button down here in the layers panel, and you just hit drop shadow, and this little shadow appears. This is the default setting, but you want to up the distance so that it mimics the shadow of the original kayak, so it gives it more of a realistic feeling. And let's see, spread makes it bigger, which I don't think is necessary. Size, nope, no size necessary. I think size kind of fades the shadow, but in the original image it's pretty crisp. So leave it at that, and then I actually wanted to put an inner shadow just because I want to kind of hide my bad selection job. Kind of looks a little better, maybe at 3. Okay, and then I wanted to show you, I'm going back to drop shadow now. I just wanted to show you what this radial dial does. Global light. It's the light that where the sun, the direction of the sun is coming from. It's shining this way, so the shadow falls this way. So you can adjust your shadow to the to mimic the kayak subtly. I think it was pretty good from the get-go though. But yeah, I'm just adjusting it a little bit. Hit OK. Excuse me. Let's see. Now, after that, all you have to do is the other steps over again. It's not really necessary for me to show you, but I can because I've still got 2 minutes and 14 seconds left of my video. So I'll just do it anyway. All right, channels. Oh yeah, remember to actually be on the right layer because right now I'm on just this kayak layer. There's no information over here, so if I want to go and load that selection, which ends up over here, remember if you go to your channels and you load your selection, go back to layers, the selection's over here, but there's nothing over there unless I go to my layer 1, because that's where the original selection was made, and do Control J, and that was my whole kayak. Oops, cancel. Whole kayak. I'm gonna do an orange kayak this time. So orange. Alright, and channels, paint job, load selection. Go back to layer 1. See, there's my selection loaded now, and I do Control J and call it paint job orange. Okay, now I change the color again of just the paint job. Just to give you an idea, I'm just changing the layer above that one. So make sure you're on paint job. Excuse me. Okay, image adjust, hue and saturation, or Control U if you want to use the shortcut, and then go to colorize. That's the first step, and then you can see that the color changes slightly, and then you darken it a little bit so that it's more obvious, and then pump up the saturation, which makes it a bright color versus a dull faded gray. And then you can slide the hue to orange. Now I'm just picking orange. Honestly, you can slide it to wherever you want. I like orange. Hit OK. And now you've got these 2 layers, and you want them to be merged together so that when you move them, they move together. So again, this is a long way. Either merge down 1 or Control E. So now I have 2 kayaks. And if I make my background layer visible again, and I take my whole kayak and I move it down like so, and then I add the drop shadow. Actually, see how the shadow is covering it? It needs to be on top of the green so that it's above that shadow, and then you just do the same thing with the drop shadow to the orange kayak, and you're done.